Hey everyone, I'm philosophizing today and I'm already like so exhausted about this realization that I'm having right now. This sort of breakthrough about what I think it's all about, like what it's all about. It and it and it and it and it and it. It's about pathways. It's about the MFing pathways, you guys. And it's about pathways so much. Everything is about pathways. Everything everything is about pathways, from anything to anything. Like, and bridges. It's all about like next steps, and it's about call and response, and it's about like action and response, and it's about pathways and like systems, and the way that everything is enmeshed, and the way that so many of our pathways are based on structures that don't work. So what is a pathway to some is an obstacle to many others. And it's effed up pathways. That's the problem with literally everything. Because if you see any problem or anything that you would frame in an individual sort of sense, if you can think of it within a system, and if you think about like the components in a system, like you've got your waste disposal, you've got your maintenance, you've got your production, you've got your currency, you've got your like your fundamentals, you've got your resources, you've got your like all of the things involved in systems, like in a system, like just the umbrella structure of any system. And of course all systems are enmeshed inside of with each other too. And so, but it's the unhealthy parts of the systems that make it so that you can't get from one thing to another. And the problem is that is with problems that can't be solved. It's just because we haven't navigated a pathway from what is currently happening to what the desired outcome would be. So what we have to do is try to figure out, how do I make a pathway from here to this change? Like, realistically, how can but like you have to think of it outside of the working within the systems of oppression, because what is really interesting about those systems, you guys, and that this is why this is important, those systems have no mechanism for change. Okay. Oh, sorry. Pathways, though. But if any system that doesn't have a mechanism for change, or repair, in a way that is accessible, and available to individuals inside of it, is flawed. And a flawed system ends up throwing a lot of obstacles in the way of various other systems, not just human ones either, but like biological ones, or economy or society, like anthropology, or language, like languages, systems that we use to express meaning with each other. But you guys, it's the pathways, it's the bridge from, like, how can we create a language to each other? How can we create a bridge? How can I create a bridge from me to you if I'm looking for you? Or how do I make it so that I have my arm extended? I know what I have to offer, and I am open, and perhaps you can meet me, and we can meet each other, with this sort of bridge that we can build to each other. Please. But also not just with humans, though, like from a problem to a solution. I have a hard time when I really don't like it when there's not toilet paper, when I go to the bathroom. It really bothers me when suddenly it's like, oh, it's empty. And that used to really bother me. It turns out because of ADHD and stuff like that. But I created a mechanism for myself, and now I remember to notice it before it's gone, and then I take care of it automatically. I had to notice the problem, and then create a mechanism, or a bridge, to get to a solution of this. And what's nice is it's not so what the thing that it resolves is not just the fact that yes, there's toilet paper when I need it, but it also is the removal of an obstacle that I was constantly being confronted with, and then being vaguely distressed about. So it's the also so we need to find the pathways. We need to notice the things that stress us out and try to create mechanisms around it, or figure out if we need to work on distress tolerance around that thing. But in general, the things that we can't change, why can't we change them? And sometimes, could the answer to that question be because the people in power don't want it changed, and they have no one holding their feet to the fire about change, because they have built themselves this insulated, protected bubble. They live in a double-walled tumbler away from accountability. Ugh. Anyway, that's also the pathways. How can we get them to listen to us? Anyway, I gotta go. You all have a wonderful day. That's been Philosophy with Pax. This is leftist TikTok, everybody. So if you wonder what the radical left sounds like and thinks about, here we go. All right, bye.